once it blends out, it doesn't look so neutral. It doesn't look muddy. I know at first you're like, whoa, girl. Those are usually only like makeup mirrors that are just like, girl, why you gotta humble me like that? Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing another Clean Beauty Code top 5. We are doing my top 5 bronzers, my top 5 clean bronzers, and I'm so excited. This list is great and I love all these, and I feel like a lot of you also love these, so I would love to know what your favorite bronzer is down below, or your top 5 bronzers if you do have a top 5. Let me know down below. I can't believe it's 2023. I hope all of you had an amazing new year and a really nice holiday season, and now you're decompressing and relaxing from the chaos of the new year. Yeah, I just want to jump into this video and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this top 5 bronzer video. All right, you guys, top 5 bronzers. Let's get into it. Actually, before we get into it, let me know down below, do you have goals, resolutions? Are you doing dry Jan? If you are doing dry Jan, how is it going? I already have a friend who quit. So if you've already quit, that's fine. A couple days is good. I'm proud of you, honestly. I'm attempting to do it this year. I don't normally, because this is actually the first year I've ever attempted it, because I don't like to set myself up for failure. So we'll see how that goes. But if you are doing it, let me know down below how it's going. Anyways, let's get into the video. So we're doing, again, top 5 bronzers. I do have an honorable mention like I do in every video. So I'll have a number 6, and then we'll kind of go with the rest. So number 6, honorable mention, is this one here. This is the Merit Beauty Bronze Balm in the shade Leo. I do find that this skews a little bit warm. I do hope that they come out with more neutral shades for like mid-tone at least. I always find mid-tone always skews really orange for some reason. Of course, like in the light and dark and deep, especially dark and deep, it can get a little bit too warm at times, or like, you know, there aren't enough neutral options, but in the mid-tone, it's always like Carrot City. So this is a little bit orange, but this is a beautiful balm. This is definitely a more natural looking bronzer, and the blend, I mean, look at that blend. It blends like a dream in 13 seconds. It's actually unbelievable how quickly it blends, and I really enjoy this. So this is great for like a no makeup day. This blends well as well if you're doing like a full face of makeup, and it just is like the easiest thing to blend. Like, I'm actually so unbelievably impressed with the blend of this. It lasts decently long. It isn't the most long lasting of all my cream bronzers, but this is really nice. I do enjoy it, and I think the way that it blends, this is like a dummy proof product, and you can kind of just put it on your face directly or take a brush and apply it, and it's so freaking good. I'm a really big fan of this, and the blend is just amazing. So the next bronzer, number 5, is a bronzer that's really expensive, but it is like divine. It is truly divine. Like, the way it blends, the way it sits on the skin is amazing, and although it's expensive, it's just so good. And it's the Victoria Beckham Bronzing Brick, and I have the shade 03. I do want to get another shade, but for right now, this shade is amazing for me. And this actually also works really well in summer, because I don't like my bronzer to look super, like, too bronzy. Does that make sense? Like, I like it to look natural, and this is one. The way that this blends is absolutely a dream. Like, it's wild. Like, it doesn't skip on anything, and I don't have to worry about how I'm holding the brush, because with some bronzers, and of course with powders in general, the way that you hold the brush and the way how hard you press down and where you hold it and stuff like that can determine how it skips. But I don't find, or if it skips, but I don't find with this I even need to worry about it. I just dip in and apply it with like a lot of pressure or a little bit of pressure, and I have no problem with skipping. It also melts into the skin like beautifully. If you're a big fan of the Physicians Formula, oh my god, getting all tongue-tied already, Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and the way that that melts into the skin, this is a very similar way of melting into the skin. And there are about 6 of these, 6 shades, so I think I want to go up a shade to the shade 04, because I do think also that will suit me a little bit better when I'm more tan. But this is beautiful. I really like this, and this component is beautiful. So you it's closed like this, and then you press this button here and it opens, and it has a really big mirror, and the magnifying mirror on this, okay, first of all, it's so dirty. Let me clean this off, girl. And the magnifying mirror is just so good. Like it's just amazing, and it's not a humbling magnifying mirror. But those are usually only like makeup mirrors that are just like, girl, why you gotta humble me like that? This doesn't do that. It's really, really good. I highly recommend checking this out, especially if you want something to splurge on. You want something that's like beautiful, compact. This is a really amazing product, and I'm a very, very big fan of this. Okay, next we have another powder bronzer, and I'm really excited about this one because I'm a big fan. This is the Lys Beauty, what is it called? The No Limits Matte Bronzer, and this is in the shade Harmony. I also have the shade Courage, both beautiful. Courage is a little bit dark for me right now. Sometimes I do a little mixy matchy and mix them together or whatever, but this is such a good bronzer. It melts into the skin. It doesn't sit on the skin. I don't know how to explain it. And it plays well with so many different complexion products. This is one though that when I am using a brush, I like to use a lighter hand. This is so pigmented. This is so pigmented, you guys. I like to use a lighter hand and grab the brush towards the back and apply it that way, because I feel like, not fully towards the back though, like mid back, because I feel like it's so pigmented that I don't want it to, like I don't want to make a mistake, because sometimes like then I have to go in with a beauty sponge and like fix the wrong because it's like too much pigmentation. But this is really, really good. I love this. It's so pigmented, and again, melts into the skin, looks beautiful. And the undertones, no one talks enough about how certain brands do undertones really, really well, and not no one. I just don't hear it talked about enough that like brands do really, really well with undertones. And this is one of those brands that like hits the undertones, especially if you have a darker complexion. You still have warmth to your skin, but I want something that's more neutral. Like I don't want something that's pulling super orange or super warm in general. I want something that's a little bit more neutral, and they do really, really good at balancing the neutral and warmth that people need. This is really, really good. Okay, next we have a cream bronzer. Another Lys Beauty. I'm obsessed with this bronzer. So this is their cream bronzer, and this is in the shade Harmony as well. And this cream is amazing. If you like a really, really creamy cream bronzer, this is for you. And undertone, again, all the same things I said about the powder. Undertone is unmatched. And this is again the shade Harmony, and it just blends like a dream. Like it takes no amount of time to blend it out. It takes a little bit more time than the Merit Beauty one, but like it blends like a dream, and it just melts into the skin and disappears and looks so natural and so beautiful. But it bronzes you up, and it gives, I don't know, it lasts long. It's just such a beautiful formula. And of all the cream like bronzers that I enjoy, this is definitely the creamiest, but in a good way. Not in a way where it's like slipping and sliding, looking all crazy around your face, but it's like really, really like just so beautiful and creamy and blends like a dream, and I love it. And it's just such a good product. And if you're a big fan of cream bronzers, I highly recommend checking them out. They have such a good shade range, and I feel like they get it over there. They get it. They know what they're doing. Okay, next let's get on to my next favorite powder bronzer. No one's gonna be shocked. And if you're shocked, you're new here. The Ilia powder bronzer, and this is in the shade Novelty, and I'm obsessed with these powder bronzers. It melts into the skin seamlessly. Like it is such a good blend. It looks so good on the skin, but you still have like, it doesn't mattify you too much. All of the products I talked about today, all the powders, they don't mattify me too much, but they like let your natural oils come through, and it looks really, really good, melts into the skin. The only thing I will say is I do feel like it would be nice if they had some more shades, because like, let's expand the shade range, to be honest. I think most brands can expand their shade range, especially when it comes to bronzers, actually with everything, but like especially when it comes to bronzers, like expand it. Do it. Just do it. Do us all a favor and just expand your shade range, because everyone should be able to use it and be more inclusive. I've said it once, I'll say it again till I'm blue in the face, like expand it and like be more inclusive. But I really, really enjoy this bronzer. It is really nice. It's the same vein as the Lys Beauty and the Victoria Beckham Beauty and the Physician formula. Like it just melts into the skin. Really, really beautiful. I have the shade Harmony. I do want to get the shade above this, and I've said this in a million videos, and every time I'm like, oh, I'm going to go do it, but then I start working, and then after this I'm going to go and do a bunch of work, and then I'm going to forget. But hold me accountable. Write in the comments down below. Leave me a comment and be like, girl, don't forget to get the darker color. But this is a really good bronzer. I like it a lot. Okay, next we're going on to my favorite bronzer. Now, it's my current favorite. It probably changed by the end of the year because so many people, I'm sure, are going to come out with bronzers this year, but this one is like just amazing. The Rose Ink Bronzer. And if you're surprised by that, you must be new here, because I'm obsessed with it. I wear the shade Seychelles in this, and this is so good. So if you want an alternative to this, because I would say that the Rose Ink one skews neutral, and you want something a little bit more warm, the Say Beauty one is a great alternative. It's definitely a little bit more creamy feeling, but it's similar. And I would say that the Rose Ink one is definitely the most similar to the Chanel bronzer that people love. It's so good, melts into the skin, and the thing that's amazing about this is it's creamy but not too creamy, whereas, not that anything can be too creamy, but it's like the perfect consistency for like an all-day wear, but it isn't too creamy. It doesn't give sheen to the cheek really. It just melts into the skin. It's a really thin consistency, which is amazing, like the thinnest out of all of these. It's akin to the Chanel bronzer in the texture and all of that. It is so freaking good. The undertone of this is amazing. It is so neutral, but it isn't neutral where it looks ashy and I look muddy. Like, it's gorgeous. I'm obsessed with this. I should open it, but it is just so good. I am obsessed with this. It's so good. It is so good. Like, I honestly, like, if you haven't tried this, I highly recommend. Rose Ink always has sales on their website. I always get emails where it's like 25% off, 20% off. And I'm pretty sure like year round they give you 10% off for your first order. So I would definitely check this out if you can, because it is so freaking good. I mean, I love all of these, but this one for me is just standout. And the way that it wears is beautiful. It doesn't get patchy. It just melts like a dream into the skin. And the way that I like to apply this, I mean, you can apply it with your fingers, like dip in and apply it, or with a brush. I like to take a brush, dip in, or put it on the back of my hand and then dip in and then apply it directly to my face. And honestly, the way that it melts into the skin in 16 seconds is wild. Let me just show you. Take a little bit of this. I mean, you can even see how much more neutral it is than everything else I applied. And so this is it. And then once it blends out, it doesn't look so neutral. It doesn't look muddy. I know at first you're like, whoa, girl. But look at this. It is a dream. It's so good, and it's so thin. I highly recommend. It's one that you can wear with makeup, without makeup. It is just so good. Highly recommend. Okay, I'm done talking about this because it's wild. I love bronzer, and I would love to know, what's your favorite bronzer? Do you like cream bronzer more? Do you like powder bronzer more? Do you like a liquid bronzer? I used to love liquid bronzer. I'm definitely like on the hunt for a good liquid bronzer this year. Let me know down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. That is it for my top 5 clean bronzers. Let me know what you want to see for the rest of the year, or what video suggestions you have. Let me know down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.